Shut up and sit down.
If you've seen the trailer of Chandigarh Kare Aashiqui, you'll agree with us that it creates just enough suspense without giving everything away. Though there are hints of the underlying subject matter, we could only speculate. And be rest assured, we are not about to give any spoilers away either. So let's jump right into the review.
Direction and writing. After solid movies like Rock On, Kaipoche, Fitur and Kedarnath, Abhishek Kapoor doesn't disappoint with Chandigarh Kare Aashiqui. The subject matter of the movie is sensitive, with there being a possibility of backfire. But it is approached so well that we don't see any complaints, rather only compliments coming Abhishek's way. Well done, sir. Supratik Sen and Tushar Pranjpe's screenplay and writing is just outstanding, leaving you intrigued for the most part. Both of them deserve praise for the sensitivity with which they have approached this movie, while also ensuring the crude reality is shown just as is. A balance that was very difficult to achieve, but they have done it. Some of the dialogues are empowering, bold, and creative. But in places, the movie takes the over-the-top approach, especially with its comic relief. And there are some cliche scenes as well, like laughter therapy in the public gardens. This has to be our only complaint with the movie. The first half may seem like a superficial take on the subject, but hold your fire, the second half is informative and in the intended direction. Kudos to Chandan Arora for the runtime of 116 minutes. The final edit is crisp and tight. This one is definitely a sweet.
Cinematography. Manoj Lobu continues to use shots similar to the ones we've seen in Nautanki Sala and Shaadi Ke Side Effects. Some of the passionate scenes are really captured well. The perspective shots are amazing and the scuffles have been shot just right. We'd say it's good enough to do the job and tell the story well, but not the visual eye candy that we see in the more artistic movies. This one is between sweet and sour. Music. We finally see Bollywood giving us some original peppy numbers with this film. After a string of hits and misses, Sachin Jigar hit one out of the park with this one. Our favourites being Khichte Nach, Kale Kale, Tumbe Te Zumba and Maafi. And of course, we are no aliens to the title song, which has been a Punjabi classic for a while now. Special mention to Priya Saraiya for some heartfelt lyrics in Kale Kale and Maafi. This is definitely a soundtrack to dance to and play on full blast in your cars. This one is surprisingly a sweet. The background score mixes well with the final edit and there's absolutely no moment where it felt overwhelming. Kudos.
The acting. The supporting cast managed to do a decent job, but none of the performances are so overwhelming that one would stand out as memorable. A part of the reason for this is that the supporting cast is either used for comic relief or in over-the-top emotional scenes with very little else to show their skills in. Ayushmann. As usual, he is phenomenal with his part. He makes the transition for his character's thought process so believable and so realistic that he could have single-handedly carried this movie on his shoulders. He has transformed physically for this role as well. However, once again he is playing a Punjabi-speaking, overconfident North Indian, a role we have seen him play a number of times. And we would really like to see him take more leaps like he did with Andhadhund and Article 15. Just like we saw Kartik Aaryan in Dhamaka. But then let's not forget, if it wasn't for Ayushmann, we probably wouldn't be seeing these scripts in action. We definitely feel the movie has a one-up over Ayushmann's previous ones like Dream Girl, Bala and Shubh Mangal Zyada Saudhan, but probably not as good as Vicky Donor or Badai Ho.
Vaani Kapoor. Let us start by saying that in the times that we live in, for a person who identifies themselves in a certain way, to be able to understand the nitty-gritties of the role and provide it with a sensitive artistic edge definitely takes guts. This is especially tricky when trying to make the audience understand a concept that is foreign to them, something that is addressed in one of the dialogues in the movie as well. And Gutsy Vaani blows your mind, especially when you constantly find yourself comparing this performance with the ones in Bell Bottom, War and Befikre. Vaani truly brings in all kinds of emotions, almost making us think where she's been all this while. She doesn't let Ayushmann's presence overshadow her screen time. And she definitely reaps benefits of taking up this risk of the role. Thank you, Vaani, for this magical ride.
The bottom line. Watch it for Ayushmann, well, being Ayushmann. He doesn't miss the mark with this movie. Vaani rediscovering herself and showing us every bit of her capabilities. A fantastically narrated story on a sensitive topic, the absolutely fabulous dance numbers and the music, and a crisp and tight cut. Don't watch it if you're tired of seeing Ayushmann in the same kind of roles. There's no other reason to miss this one. This is Viewers Cut signing off. Delighted with your viewership. Until next time.